Okay, moving on to 13.9, we're going to be doing multiplication and division with complex numbers. So these first three here are multiplication problems. This should look pretty familiar to you. The new thing is working with the imaginary part. But we're going to do the distributive property here, and we get 36, and then minus 20i. And the instructions do say to write your answer in standard form. We have the real part, the imaginary part, so that one's in standard form. Okay. Next, again, we have the distributive property here, and when we multiply this together, we get negative 8i radical 7, and then here we get the negative I times the I would give us negative I squared, and then we would get times 7 radical 7. Okay. Now cleaning this up a little bit, we know this has to be at the tail end part of our standard form. So I'm going to write negative 8 radical 7 I. And then here, looking at this little piece right here, we have to think about right there, we have I squared is equal to negative 1. So we have negative 1, which ends up being positive 1. So this is equal to 1, and 1 times 7 is 7, so we have 7 radical 7. And that's in standard form. Okay, and then here we have a binomial times a binomial, but if we look at these, this is called conjugate pairs. And we know we don't have to do the full process of FOIL. We can just multiply this together. Okay, so 7 times 7, we get 49. And then multiply this together, and we have negative 7i times 7i, which is negative 49i squared. Now I recommend that maybe you circle this or focus in on this right here. If you think about this, we have 49 up front. This is negative 1. So we have negative 1 times negative 49, which is positive 49. So we get 98, but remember we have to write this in standard form. So we have 98 plus 0i.